Alright guys, this is going to be a series in which I include games in which I carried the team. And obviously in these games you can watch and see what things that I did to extract a lot of value from Sims Kit. Now obviously we're in the days of the there's a lot of things that's interesting about the meta, and there's also a lot of things interesting with the fact that Sims Kit is going to change vastly in the coming weeks. So I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't learn different things. Okay, I'll get into what I think about her kit coming up in other videos, but let's just stick to the script and watch and see what do I do. Okay, out the gate, somebody picked Sim, so I chose to go with healing support, hoping that somebody else would pick another healer. But he probably checked my hours and noticed that I play a lot of Sim, so he got off of Sim and he went Mercy, and I thought that Sim would be viable here. Sim's viable in this meta because Tracer got extremely weak due to Brigitte being played a lot, as well as Diva and Winston. Winston is actually like extremely useless. So being at the fact that those characters are not used as much, you can run Sim against that, but you can run Sim with great success against the comps that's being ran now because they run a lot of Death Ball. I knew that they would run Death Ball, so I set up a Gateholder turret configuration here because they don't have a Winston or somebody to take them down. It's going to get a lot of damage. When Ryan dives, attack the guys who come after. There you go. Look around for cleanup. Zarya, killer. When Ryan charges like that, mindlessly and stupidly, might I add, you don't have to attack the Ryan. That's your team's job. Let him go and attack the open space that he leaves behind, because his team is going to attack that space because they want to follow up. You know what I mean? Okay, so we saw that they swapped the Tracer, obviously because they want to be able to deal with the Sim or whatever that they're thinking. She's down. And I wanted to set up my ult close to, and then they got off a Tracer. So I knew that this spot would be viable right here, because I'm just going to close off this entire side. So you have to get through my team and my turrets and me to get to TP. You see how I attacked the space behind him again? She's gonna die. See how much damage we're putting in every time he does that? When you play a Sim, you want to think how the other team thinks. Let's put ourselves in their perspective. Our Rhine charges into their team, and our team's going to attack our Rhine, so let's hurry up and charge in with them. So, attack that space. Look how we got that tire with that orb. Attacking open space behind the Rhine. We're down, but guess what? TP's up, and they're not attacking that side because of all the turrets. There's no Winston to take them all down. Reinforcements. Reinforcements. Let's attack backside. Got the Hanzo. I'll take it. We got one more charge left. I was thinking about leaving it for the Rhine, but I said no, I thought I could bring more value to the team than the Rhine. These turrets are huge. When you get chances to set them up during team fights, you want to set them up. They provide a lot of value. They slow the enemy team down, they provide damage, and they distract the enemy team. Instead of attacking your team, a lot of times they look down to destroy them, and it allows your team to kill them. Look at our ult charge already, 65. Now, I knew this Junkrat had no way out, but Ryan got him.
30 seconds remaining.
I mean, death ball comps. And also I want to say my TP placement, the reason why I knew that they couldn't come through and destroy it from the other side is because they don't have any flankers. So I didn't have to worry about them coming this way to come get the TP. They're too slow of a comp to get there. I set up TP just in case, and it was perfect. Because they had an ult that got 2 of our guys. Right now I'm just trying to survive as long as I can. The enemy team thinks that they got the numbers because of the kills, but you know, that TP is getting value.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
And I've expanded my hero pool, not because I'm sick of Symmetra or something like that, but I just want to try other heroes and see the different things you can do with them. And I notice to me it's just so sad to see all these characters who people believe are not meta, and I go and play them and I notice that people are just playing them so wrong. Even Anna is very valuable. It's just valuable and viable. It's just that people just do not play her right at all. They don't play her right. They don't play Reaper right at all, which is why they think he's horrible and he's not. They don't play Mei right either. I play Mei.
Lagunitas has a new ale that just does it for me.
So let's watch this quick little attack round.
Kneel before me. Yeah.
Attack commences in
Talk you out
30
of fight.
seconds.
I'll be busy soon enough.
Oh. Okay. Well, I had an affair with Genji too.
I have something right here. I have something right here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I never go out the front doors. I almost never do it on any map. You always take the sides. Why? Just avoid the spam damage. You know, the traps, the Junkrat balls, all that. Attack space.
Oh, really?
See how we got that Doomfist with our orb, and then we got that extra damage on him. All right, attack this Anna. It's over.
Judge, turn around. The hog on me.
And help the team this game.
That makes me hot.
There.
Let us discuss your failures.
I mean, there's nothing really to show in the attack round there, but I might as well show it.
Play of the game.
The hard fucking carry from this sim. Rip. Oh my god. What? Dude.
One ball for 2 at the game.
That is the way.
Alright, so things to learn from that particular game. I guess the biggest thing you can learn is to, when you're going against deathball comps that do not possess a tracer or a hardcore flanker, you can be a little bit more creative in your positioning of your ultimate. Okay.
Carry, man.
I don't know what clip that was. Oh, you know what? I do know that clip. That was dude, I was on a I'm gonna tell you what happened. I might as well, since I'm recording something anyway. I played a game, I think I was at 3700 SR on my main account. It's funny because on my alt account, I got that higher than my main account now. Because it got to the point to where guys would notice my name on my main account and they would just instantly throw my games. They've always been doing that throughout my time on Overwatch, you know, after some time. Only because they don't like Sim 1 tricks. I'm pretty sure all you Sim mains understand it. They think you bring absolutely no value. Like, I want you to understand, no matter how good you get with Sim, with her kit, they're still not going to like you. There's nothing you can do about it. So they would throw my games. I still got the top 500 with people throwing my games and solo queuing, okay, as a Sim. That didn't matter. But, you know, it got to the point to where more people would throw my games. You know what I mean? It just spread and got worse and worse. People on their alt accounts, when they see me in their game, they would just instantly just hardcore throw it because they wouldn't want me in the higher games and they hate me or whatever. Okay, but that's you know, that doesn't. That's just another story. The main point I'm trying to get at is, this was yesterday. I was playing on what's that map? Route 66, and I think I was playing as Winston. And I played Winston. This is during the Brigida meta now, okay? And the reason why I played Winston is because, first of all, all the slots were taken up, and I understood that we needed a tank for the team, okay? I played a lot of Winston in season 3, I believe it was, and throughout all my other seasons, I played, you know, a hefty amount of Winston, enough to understand how to play him. A lot of people don't play him right either, which is sad. I don't want to say sad, but it's kind of a shame because he can bring a lot of value as well. Anyways, I chose him because due to me always checking the enemy team's character pick tendencies before the game, I looked and I saw that none of them play Brigida at all. And I noticed that they had like a Mercy one trick and a Lucio one trick. So you already know what's going to happen in an enemy team. They're going to insta slam pick Mercy and Lucio. So those are going to be the supports for the other team. And I thought that, hey man, it's very rare to be able to play Winston in this Brigida meta. So why not pick him the very few chance I am able to pick him? I'm going to be able to play him against a comp that favors attacking Winston. So I went and picked Winston. We took the first gate on Route 66. I had at one point goldy limbs and gold damage, if I recall correctly, and I died. I don't remember. I dove on somebody and I ended up dying or whatever, and this guy named V Miles started ragging on me, like, you know, blaming me for whatever, because he knew I was a Sim main one trick. You know what I mean? He hated me anyways. He was like, you know, he started blaming me for the death or whatever. Then it got to a point to where he was calling me all types of, you know, faggots and name calling or whatever. So long story short, we lost that game obviously because he was so toxic and I didn't want to win for him anyways. So, you know, it just is what it is. And obviously he put me on the avoid team list, the avoid teammates. I could tell because I ended up playing against him like 5 straight times. And I won 4 of those 5 times, and the 5th time we had a draw. Like one of them, I think a couple of them were absolute slaughters. And you know I had to go Sim. Like, you just got to rub the salt in the wound. You know what I mean? When you run into guys like that, punish them. When you play against them, play your absolute hardest and destroy him. And I chose to be the bigger man because you know the usual. You can send a guy a message telling him that he sucks and look what happened. Hey man, you know that I'm a Sim one trick and I destroyed you 4 out of 5 times, and the only time you came close was with a draw. But I chose not to do that. I didn't say anything. The point that I'm trying to make here is the reason why you heard that clip, man. The Sim carry, that was like the next game after that, and it was a hard carry in that game because I was just on an absolute tear. I won like 10 straight games and I got all the way to GM. And I think it took just that one guy to piss me off. You know, when guys piss you off, when guys like, you know, run their mouth and blah, blah. I can't even say he pissed me off. He just kind of annoyed me so much. And I ended up playing against him. It just added fuel to the fire. Like, I want to destroy this guy. When guys do that to you, don't get mad, don't get upset or nothing like that. Just play like harder. Just remain focused, play harder, and destroy. Stop taking the critique that some of these guys give you, the negative things that they say about you for playing sim. Stop taking that and bending your heads down and looking at the floor in shame and all that. I don't understand that. I remember reading a comment on the internet where a guy said, yeah, I love Sim so much. I love her character. I love everything about her. But I just don't play her in comp because I'm so afraid of what people will say about me. Who cares what people say? Who cares what people think? Are you kidding me? Who bought the game? Did they buy you the game or did you buy your game? Okay, what did you buy? You bought the game to enjoy, to have fun, and etc. Then play whatever the hell you want. That's their problem. If they're not able to enjoy the game due to the character that you decide that you want to play, then that's their problem. I still have fun when I run into guys on my team who are Torb one tricks, or Mei one tricks, or Hanzo one tricks, or etc. Because I learned to play around them to complement their strengths. You understand? Like this game has a lot of different variables to it, and angles you can play to strengthen your team. You want to complement your team's strengths, and at the same time play against and attack the enemy team's weaknesses. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. Okay, if you got a Torb one trick on attack, and somebody goes, let's say Lucio as the healer, you have a, Ryan or Arissa, you guys are trying to play around them. Well, then you got to think, okay, well, we need a healer. Who would be the best healer in this particular spot? Let's say the enemy team is running a hardcore tracer. Who do you think would be the best pick with your Torb one trick on your team? And the enemy tracer is going to be attacking your backline. Think about it. Would it be Lucio? Would it be Zen? Would it be Sim? Would it be Mercy? Brigida, etc. Well, in that situation, I would take Zen pretty much every time. And that's if the Torb knows what he's doing. Torb sets up his turret in a spot to where it protects our backline. Well, now you just pretty much use that turret as, a great support damage tool to help you out when the tracer is trying to get all over you. Because when she jumps all over you, the turret is now getting damage on her. She has 150 health. Okay, you just orb her. I think an orbed tracer dies from 3 shots from the turret. Like boom, 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 dead. Okay, it's just things like that. It's like, okay, and when she dies, you're 5 on 6. They're down to DPS, all because you decided to complement the Torb strengths, knowing that the enemy team would run a tracer. Now think about it. What if you were to run Mercy in that situation instead of Zen? Well, now the tracer's not going to be diving all over you in the back line because Mercy really isn't in the back line. She's a character that plays back to mid to front. She's always healing and gliding to teammates to heal. Okay, she's all over the place. If your team's running like a dive comp. If your team's running like a death ball comp, I'm telling you, Mercy's really not the greatest pick. She's more of a pick that you should pick with a team that has a lot of movement, so she can get around as well. It makes her hard to kill. Okay, so if she's standing in one spot, you're actually doing the enemy team tracer and the enemy team flanker a great service, because now she's in one spot. They can attack her, and she has no mobility to get out. She has mobility, but she's not able to use it because your team is clumped up in a ball. And when your team is clumped up in a ball, Lucio, Zen, Anna, and Brigida would be great. Okay, now if somebody is stubborn and they're running Mercy into a death ball comp, and she's going to be stuck in one place, well, now you want to run something, and let's say you have to run a healer. Well, now you want to run a healer that's able to peel and deal with the enemy team tracer if they're going to run a tracer. Because now the Mercy is going to be extremely vulnerable being in one spot and she can't get around. Okay? In that situation, you would want to run a Brigida. Okay? So you can stun the tracer and get her down when she tries to attack your Mercy. And then you provide a lot of value to your team because you're clumped up in a ball, and they get all the benefits from your healing because you're clumped up together. Okay, Brigida's more of a death ball comp. She benefits the death ball comp. So does Lucio, so does Anna. Okay. Um, but anyways, like I was saying, man, it's just if guys are getting pissed off and not enjoying their experience because they hate running into one tricks, then that's a them problem. That's not a you problem. That's why, I was kind of saddened by reading that comment about that guy who said he just doesn't play Sim because he was afraid of what people will say in comp. Dude, if you're afraid of, just then turn off team chat. Dude, but I'm not gonna let people stop me from playing the character that I love. Okay. So the point of all that shenanigans and rambling is, I rolled off 10 straight, I believe, solo queuing. Okay. After that one loss with that guy, because he really annoyed me so much, and just use that to want to prove people wrong. And prove people wrong with your play. You don't have to say anything. I can guarantee you, when I played against that guy like 5 straight times, each and every time he was happy to see me on the opposing team, thinking he's going to get a free win. Because deep down inside, they really do think that you're terrible. Not understand, because this game, the current Sim kit, when you do provide a lot of value with her kit, it's not easy for your team to see the value. Okay, like I'll set up shield generator in a wacky spot, but it's a planned wacky spot because of the enemy team composition and our team composition, and I know what's going to happen in particular scenarios like that. Like I'll set it up in a wacky spot knowing that an enemy team player is going to attack it when he's in a vulnerable position. Like I had on Eichenwald, after we won the first point on attack, I set it up like right past the gate up against the castle wall. And I set up turrets all along the wall, and it's right there on the open, but I only did that because of the enemy team composition. They didn't have any long range DPS that can destroy it from a distance. They had characters that had to get close to destroy it. So the enemy team Lucio came all the way down, and he's trying to shoot it down, but our team killed him right there on the spot. I got a kill with my ult, and my ult is still providing value after the kill because we're still getting the shields. The guy was out of position trying to destroy it because he's thinking it's right there on the open, not knowing that it was a planned. It's not like I just threw it up anywhere. I wanted to put it there because I knew that anybody from the enemy team had to be in a bad position to destroy it, and they end up dying. So we ended up killing him. Now we're 6-on-5, and then later on in the same run, we ended up being actually 5-on-5 because our Zarya made a mistake. She was trying to defend the shield generator while we were far ahead pushing the payload, and she ended up dying to the Hanzo because the Hanzo went all the way around to try to destroy it. Had the Zarya just stayed with us, we would have been 6-on-5 against their team while the enemy team Hanzo was way in the back trying to destroy the shield generator. Okay, so then we just push on the team, kill their team, and then when the Hanzo's trying to come back and help his team, well, he's not a Tracer, he's not a Genji, he's not a Sombra, he has no mobility. So he's out of position, he can just get dove on and destroyed, and that's what happened. He was coming back, and he's one of those characters who can't really protect himself when he's not around his teammates. If you attack him at good angles and etc. But enough of the rambling. The point of the video was to just show you a game where I carried the team. It wasn't even a hard carry. I'm telling you, if I have games where it was 3 times worse, where it was just the ultimate carry, you know what I mean? But I just decided to start showing games in which I carried the team to victory. Not to say that my team wasn't good, it's just that I provided a lot of value to the team. Okay, so this is this is a series that I'll start. Obviously this is part 1 because I think this is the first one that I've done, and hopefully I have that second game in my archives so I can use that, because I think that was a game where I carried as well on what was that map? Temple of Anubis. So yeah, peace to you all, man. Keep simming, man. Keep simming.